let us move on. And we're going to bolt the F up with the Chargers here, where last year, 2023, we saw the absolute collapse with Brandon Staley, and we were all pretty much thankful for that. Dom, you can cue the video. You've been waiting for it. The last time we're ever going to mention this man's name.
You don't even have it ready.
I don't know if it's the last time. There it is.
Did somebody say boom?
All right, so after that blew up, they bring in a national champion coach with Harbaugh, and he has just been obsessed with his quarterback, sleeps with him, doesn't think a sheep before falling asleep. It's just Justin Herbert. How many times are you leaping over, throwing passes, all that stuff. And as we said last year, Chargers could turn it around, especially with Harbaugh, and they did just that. They went from a 5-win team in 2023 to a playoff team last year. Herbert had the best touchdown to interception ratio in Chargers quarterback history, 23-3. And they're looking to build off of what they did last year, especially on the offensive side of the football, but on defense as well. As I pull us back here, slide into the offense here, where they've made a couple of paydays with Herbert. Obviously they paid Rashawn Slater big time money. He's done it all. And speaking of big time, the big ticket, Mekhi Becton, he goes from that Eagles dominant offensive line all the way down to the Chargers to now probably solidify this line and make it one of the elite units in the AFC. They bring in Trey Harris with the second round pick, Keandre Lambert-Smith, who's been making a lot of plays in training camp this year. They also brought in Mike Williams, but he ended up retiring right as camp was opening up for the Chargers. And the big name here, Omarion Hampton. Najee Harris is out for a little bit. Firework injury. Good thing he didn't lose any fingers. That is a good sign, but an eye injury that's going to hold them out on the non-football injury list, or the NFI for short. Omarion Hampton now gets crucial snaps in trying to make himself the absolute lead back, the dominant back for the Chargers. And also, I should say, Ladd McConkey, rookie playoff record with receiving yards. I think it's like 198 he had against the Texans. Although it wasn't a loss, geez, he killed it. And also Quentin Johnston. How could we forget him? But gentlemen, what do we think about this offense there's a lot more character now, especially among the receiving core.
They have the most important things: a sick O-line and a good quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, Ladd McConkey was sick last year. I don't know how I feel about the running game this year, because last year it was such a thing with J.K. Dobbins.
Dobbins got hurt, and then they brought in what's his face? Yeah.
Like those were two guys we already knew of. Yeah. We already knew what they could do.
Najee was confusing when they first signed him, but then they drafted Hampton. So,
and sneakily in there is Nyheim Hines, which I don't think he's necessarily that bad. I always liked him.
Is he still?
I don't know what's going on.
Let me check out if that's actually him, because that's Nyheim Miller Hines.
Yeah, that's a new one, right? But you would think there's no way that's not him.
That is Nyheim Hines, who we haven't seen in a couple seasons due to a jet skiing accident where a guy ran over his leg last year.
That's what I'm saying. Is he even able to play football?
That's kind of crazy, to be honest. I really liked him when he was on the Colts, and then he wasn't bad on the Bills. He was super dynamic. So it's like, okay, that was when who was the guy on the Colts?
Marlon Mack.
Marlon Mack, man. Remember that little duo that was happening?
Yeah, you know who their coach was?
Who?
Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, that's also true. So it's like I liked him as a little gadget, dynamic running back. He was kind of fun. I don't want to talk about him too much, but it's just kind of cool that he's there. If he makes the team, that's it. Good for him. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the running game. I think Najee Harris would genuinely succeed on this team with how this running game could be designed for him and whatnot. I don't know how much we're gonna see of him in the first place now.
I think he'll be back before week 1.
Okay, well then, you know what? I mean, this just could be kind of the same team we saw last year with a little bit of some different names and maybe even slightly improved. Actually, definitely maybe improved with Becton. It's good. It's a good team. We still have yet to see the Justin Herbert that like really takes over, and
I don't think we're gonna see that Herbert. Like
I don't know, man.
Harbaugh is not the guy that's like, okay, yeah, hey, Herbert, everything's on your shoulders. That's not it. That's why they have Hampton. They have Najee. They're paying Najee Harris, I think, like $9 million. So it's
Okay.
like obviously they're gonna like split carries. They're gonna do all that stuff. It's not like one guy is reliable.
I mean, Herbert still had 3,800 yards and a 101 rating.
Yeah, well, and then
He played really good. Like once
the limited turnovers.
once like midway through the season happened, like he figured out what was like the rhythm, and he really blew up. Like after that, I think like the bye week, he just took off, and it was the Herbert of old,
And I
especially
still
down
think-
at the end of the season.
I still think we see a season from Herbert that is still elite. Like I still think he's got it in him. I still think the ceiling.
And you're paying him like $250 million, and I think last year was the end of that rookie contract, so now it's like that big contract he signed just 2 years ago.
I
Now starts.
still hope that ceiling is there. I still hope that we do eventually see that from Herbert. That the Herbert that we always hoped for, we always talked about in the beginning of the year before the season started. I hope that shows up at some point. I really still want to see it. I still think it could be there still.
He also had the highest yards per attempt of his career.
Oh, I believe it all. Anything past Brandon Staley is going to be better. I truly do believe that. And I think it continues to snowball and momentum's there. And I think he's prepped to have a legitimately good season again. Maybe better. Hopefully better.
I think this offense could be the best offense in the entire AFC West.
Yeah. I think that's an accurate statement.
Now I know we're talking hypotheticals here, okay, but I don't want to like throw that out there.
So they talk about every year with them is the hypotheticals.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that is the truth.
Also, Trey Lance, quarterback, probably starting the Hall of Fame game tomorrow. And then DJ, I'm not even going to pronounce his name. He'll probably play in the Hall of Fame. I'm not repeating that. But yeah, he'll probably be playing in the Hall of Fame game tomorrow. Defense? What? All right, so here's the defense. Asante Samuel still on the free agent market. So they bring in Dante Jackson for the cornerback spot. They bring in Benjamin St. Juste for the other cornerback spot. A little bit of a under the radar signing. Deshaun Hand from the Dolphins. They also bring in Kyle Kennard in the fourth round, along with Jamari Caldwell in round number 3. There is not a lot of whole difference here. Joey Bosa got cut, so he went to the Buffalo Bills. But Khalil Mack, after a dominant performance last year, he's still trying to capitalize off of still what is he, year 11 in this league? 12?
Right? He could be up there.
I'm old. I don't understand this. But the defense is, the secondary is still good. Derwin James back there. Tarheeb still made a name of himself last year, along with Cam Hart. Elahi Gilman as well. But yeah, Tony Jefferson's still there. I actually forgot that he was on this team. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on the defense, which kept them in a lot of games last year?
Wasn't at for a long stretch of this season, like they were like the best defense in the NFL.
Up there.
Was it last year that Mac had 6 sacks in a single game against the Raiders?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think he had 6 sacks. It was like week 3 or 4.
4, yeah.
Last year, the year before, but I think it was last year.
I feel like he had one game a year. Khalil Mack's just like, hey, 6 sacks.
Yeah. Listen, you dropped some dead weight with the Joey Bosa thing. Like, that's gone and behind you. You don't have to be like, oh, you know, what's going to happen with him? Is he going to perform this year? Is he going to get hurt? Right? You don't have to deal with that. I feel like that is dead weight that you genuinely freed up.
I feel like you're just missing like that other piece, though, that complementary piece outside of Mac.
Yeah, I mean, nothing will beat the super.
When Bosa was healthy, he was really good, but also you could count more times that he wasn't healthy compared to when he was healthy.
Yeah, they had the Bosa and the I don't remember his name. That's crazy. Pull it out, Will.
Ingram?
Bosa on one side, who's
Melvin Ingram.
Yep, on the other side, that was a sick combo like that. Yeah, you don't have that, but I mean, this is a good defense. objectively, this is a great defense. I mean, you do still have there's some older guys on here. I mean, you still have Denzel Perryman, older dude. Like you said, Khalil Mack, he's 34 now.
Can I just go back to when I was younger? Jeez, I was in high school when he got drafted.
Bud Dupree's not young, right?
Nah, Bud Dupree is
Pretty up there.
I think he's the same age as Khalil Mack.
Yeah, so it's like this is a little bit of a veteran. They have a good mix of young and veteran, and even like on the younger veteran side, like Derwin James. I mean, this is a good defense. I like this defense. I expect this defense to oh wow, well I'm on our lads and it's a little bit different. I expect this defense to perform like we expect them to perform. Be a top-ish defense. Top 10 would be nice all the time. Yeah. This offense can do enough. The defense can do enough. If both offense and defense plays average for them, they're winning still maybe double-digit games, I think.
And they also bring in Denzel Perryman, who is now the last person on this team that played for the San Diego Chargers as well. He returns.
Older, but veteran, but, still
now with a full offseason now with Harbaugh installing the playbooks, drilling these guys in, peeking behind the curtains to, this is when you got to do it. I don't know if you saw that social media clip. He was teaching the receivers, like he would just pop out of this curtain and it would be like, oh, hey, for them to like cut and turn. Yeah.
I don't know. I think the culture will be good. I think everything that we talk about with teams that are issues is not really super pertaining to this team. I think it's all going to be just play on field, and that'll be it. Without any other issues, I expect good things from this team.
Defense. Schedule. All right, the big one, week number 1, they go all the way down south, Brazil. That's a tough one. You lose a home game against the Chiefs, an actual home game that goes to Brazil. That's a tough one.
That's crazy. Having a divisional game in a different country is kind of effed up, not going to lie.
I think the joke is like 72% still going to be Chiefs fans down in Brazil, so that's that. Well, yeah, they come back home. They go away, actually. They're in Las Vegas for week 2 against the Raiders. Geez, I don't know if that week 1 game's anything like we saw with the Packers and the Eagles last year. I wasn't expecting, a major like shootout like that was, but I hope there is a big shootout week 1, especially with high-powered offenses. I still think they could tie. I think they go 12 wins this year. I think they could do that. I think 12 wins is pretty on par for what they got to do.
Man, they kind of have an easy schedule.
When you have a good defense, a good coaching staff, I think it's really easy to be like, okay, yeah, that's easier than other teams.
They have a pretty easy stretch right in the meat of the schedule.
Oh yeah, dude. The left side of this graphic is like a super good stretch for them. Like that's a nice stretch. I mean, and there's not 2 really difficult games in a row. There's really, really not ever in that whole left side.
I mean, that Dolphins game is going to be tough. Still early October. It's going to be 100 degrees.
So, I mean, they play in California in the warm weather. It's not like that crazy.
I mean, you're right. SoFi does get pretty hot.
And the Dolphins are already down like 17 players.
Yeah, they already don't have a starting corner, I don't think.
It's just whatever.
They don't have a corner.
They don't.
That's the better term.
They don't have a medical staff is what they don't have. I don't know what's either way. But then even when we go onto the right side of the schedule, the Steelers are the Steelers. Like
the Steelers and the Chargers is always like a great matchup too. Yeah. Like it's always close and competitive. Like I'm not afraid of the Jaguars.
No. The back end
home for the Raiders. I'm not scared of Eagles. We're gonna see what happens with that one.
They have a bye week, and then they have a that's a difficult end.
That stretch at the end is
If you need a win from your bye week on at any given moment, each and every one of those games could be difficult.
You got the
playing in the cold in Kansas City, then you got to play in Mile High in the
playing.
beginning of January.
Way, so there's that.
No,
too.
I think 12 wins is perfect for them. I think 12 wins is
I
just
think
on
12
par.
wins. And what did they just go? 11-6.
11-6.
Yeah. So like, I think this team improves from what they were, and I think that's gigantic for them. And I think this is nothing but up for this team. I like what they did. I like where they are. I like the culture. I like everything about it. It just seems like for the first time in a little bit, or at least actually kind of like a large stretch of time for this team, actually since San Diego. I think the first time since San Diego, this team is in a very positive atmosphere, positive light. Against who? I would love to know against who.
I think he was
It's
talking about
definitely the Broncos.
Okay, then we
Oh.
definitely didn't answer. Yeah, I want who's that one against? Because I like that score.
Wills makes more sense. I thought I just saw it came up when we first started talking about the Brazil game.
Oh, I didn't notice when it came up. Yeah, it came up 7 minutes ago. Yeah, I think for the first time since San Diego, this team's in the best shape that they've been in, the most positive shape. No issues surrounding this team, no question marks. Like let's
like
get it.
In the past seasons where they were in a Dolphins-ish situation where you're kind of hoping guys stay healthy.
Yeah.
Like that kind of era's essentially over.
I agree. Yeah. Knock on wood. I really think this is for the first time since San Diego and first time since the 2010s and back then and Phillip Rivers in that era of time. I think for the first time this is like we have no issues happening. Like let's go out there and let's have a good season. All we got to do is play and get it, and that's it. That's so. If that's what we're back to, I'm pretty psyched.
Yeah.
What makes this successful?
You got to make a deep playoff run. You're built for it. I mean, hey, Harbaugh has not had a losing season as an NFL coach.
Justin Herbert doesn't melt down the playoffs. That's the successful season.
It's kind of like what we said for the Broncos. You know, just run back again, have it be better, win a playoff game or two.
Like
we're set.
Herbert in his career has 4 turnovers and 1 touchdown in the playoffs.
How many playoff games?
2.
Okay. Well, to be fair, that Brandon Staley playoff game was garbage. I write that one off completely. I don't even recognize it.
I would if he didn't do the same thing.
I agree.
He had like virtually the same stat line.
Yeah, well, that's also true.
It's actually kind of worse.
Let's get to the last team. Oh,
all right. We're past the young. You had some first years last year was the first year of this team. Last year was the first year of this team. This is year 2. So we're going to go out there. We're going to get it. We're going to be improved. It's going to be good. 12 wins. What do they have? What do the sports books have? Because it better be like, no, I bet it's not going to be 11 wins. It's going to be 9, not even 9.5 wins. You can't be rated right where the Broncos are, dude.
You can't be rated worse than the Rams. I don't care. That's the same. Not even the same conference. It's like,
yeah, don't like it. Either way. All right, yeah. Let's go to